cover, we need some chipboard, and we need 2 pieces that measures 11.5 by 8 3/4. And we need our spine that is 3 3/4 by 8 3/4. And we need, of course, some papers. And I need 2 12 by 12. And we need an A4, but this is not the same color, so I will cut from the third 12 by 12 here, these A4 size. And we have to connect these 3 pieces together. I will do this with some double-sided tape. So I draw here a 1-inch space guideline, and there I will place my chipboard. All the pieces are already prepared with some double-sided tape, and I am starting with my spine piece here in the middle, because I will have these 2 connecting points not directly here on one of these spines. So this is our cover so far. And this is later for the binding that I have here on my bending line. No liftings. So, and now I think we can go to the binding. First we will do the binding for all of our pages. So, our pages have here still these opening, and here on this side we will do our binding. And for this I have here already one prepared. This is later the binding. These are two pieces. Here we will stuck the page later on the binding in the book, and this one here is to glue in the binding into our pages. So, and to do this you need 4 paper strips that measures 1.5 by 8 3/4. We have to score at the 1.5, at 3 1/4, and at the 8 3/4 on 2 sides a 1/2 inch. Then you need 4 strips that measures 1.5 by 7 3/4, and we have to score at the 1.5 at 3/4. And I will do this. This is not long enough. So 3/4. And 3/4. Just a quick check. Yeah. Okay, this is good. Then the other one we have to score at the 1.5 at 3/4, and on the long side, on both sides, a 1/2 inch. This binding is not my idea. On my Rose Perfume I did this the first time, and I'm really yeah, I like this binding, so I will do this more often. And you get from me the link to the original tutorial and to the YouTube channel where I found this. I think this lady comes from Canada, and she speaks only French. So now we have here these 3 with 7 3/4, and this with these 2 hinges left and right also. And on these pieces with these 2 hinges left and right, we have to cut off one of these corners, and I hope I don't mess this up. Yeah. So one of these corners we will cut off, and right away here in a little angle. But no, don't cut this here in an angle. We will do this later when we are finished with assembling these two pieces together. This will be two little hinges to close these two pieces. This is this one here, that we have here these little pockets. So, and now we have to connect these pieces together. I lay this with the bumpy side from my fold lines together. We have to see that we are nice and straight, especially on the pocket side. And we glue the other hinge. We can put the glue on, and we glue these two pieces together. So like I said, we try to be straight, especially on the pocket side. The rest is inside of our pages, so we will not see this if there is an overhang. So, and these little hinges we glue here behind the pocket. So now we have here these little pockets, and here we can now cut this in a little angle, and we have to do these 2 times more. So bumpy side on the inside. So now we can fold our fold lines. So 4 hinges and 4 pages to glue in. So page 1, page 3, page 5, and page 7. So we are starting to glue in here these hinges, and this one will be later covered up, so we don't see here these 2 hinges. So we have to line this here up. You can do this with double-sided tape if you like. I like to do this with some glue. Gives me a little bit more wiggle time. So. And don't put your fold line under your paper, so your fold line is visible. And we can glue this down. And now we can close the pocket. So now we have here these little hinge pocket, and we have here our pocket. So, page number 1. Next one on page number 3. Here is the opening. This is my hinge. Fold line is visible, and we glue this down. And we close the page. Page number 3, page number 5, here is the opening. And the fold line is visible. Then we glue this down. And we close. And the last one. Here is the opening. Here is my hinge. Fold line is visible, so you can bend this nicely, and we glue this down. And we close. All the bindings are on our pages now, and we have here these pockets. I have to let this dry. And then we can go to the binding in our cover. For our binding, we need some Tyvek, and this is our binding. I have here a piece of paper that measures 9.5 by 8.5, and this will be the cover for our Stack the Deck. I will do this like a hidden Stack the Deck with 2 wings left and right for my cover, to hold this one really good in place, and that my binding will not get loose. We have to do here some measuring. We have to measure from the top to the inside and the bottom to the inside a 3/8. We draw here also top and bottom a line, and this between these 2 lines is 7 3/4. This is the heights of our pages. Then we have to score from the left side and the right side, right and left, a 3¼ inch to the inside, and we draw a line. Then we need 2 more. This is for page 2 and page 5. Between here is always 1 inch, so you have to make here 1 inch, you draw a line, 1 inch, you draw a line. Okay, and this we have to cut in, but to avoid this here for tearing, because 3/8 is not really much space, we will glue here over these 2 areas some Tyvek. So I will do this first. So, and I will do here, because I can't see my line anymore, my 3/8 guideline. So, and now we can start to cut off. I cut off my mark here because we need a little bit more space for the thickness of my cardstock. So only to cut from here to here is not enough. We have to cut off these lines. So, and now it looks like this. And now it comes to the part for the stack the deck. And for this I have here this piece of paper that measures 7 3/4 by 4 1/4, and we have to score from two sides at the 4 1/4 at 5 1/8. And this one measures 7 3/4 by 2 1/4, and we have to score at the 2 1/4 left and right a 5 1/8. I am starting here with my smaller one, and let me see if this one fits or if we have to cut this tiny bit shorter. But this looks pretty good. So then I can start to glue this down. I put here some glue on here. Then I put this here inside of these two middle cuttings. And the second one. First I have to check. Yep, this is good. So then I put here all over my glue. So, and this is my binding, and this goes inside of our cover. But what I do is, we have here these incisions left and right, and also here on the top a little bit of an opening. I will place there, like I do this with every incisions, some double-sided tape to close this. And this is the part where we glue this in our book, and there I will put some more double-sided tape. I will also use some glue, but yeah, I don't know. I love to make a combination about double-sided tape and liquid glue. I need the middle. I need the middle of my page. 9.5 makes 3 3/4. This is the middle of my binding. So I need my cover. And I need the middle here from my spine. This is 3 3/4, 1.5, 5/8, 1 5/8. Nope. 7/8. Yeah. So this is the middle of my binding, of my spine, and we have to place this on here. Like this. Okay, let me start. So this one is a little bit too long. and then glue, 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 glue everywhere. Okay, here is my middle point, and I put this more on the bottom than on my top. We need here a little bit more space because we have these pockets, these inserts we will do here in our pages. So we need a little bit more place on the top. So we will burnish this down. And this is my binding. So now I will prepare my pages, and then we can go and glue these inside of our book. So I am running out of paper. This is really something I don't have this often, but it can be. So I have searched in my stash if I have a paper that matches to these paper collection, and I think I can use this one here. This roof. This is from Stamperia. I think it was from the Rose. Oh, does not says anything. Okay, so like I said, I need more, a little bit more of some papers, because I have to cover up here these inside, and I have to cover up left and right here my spine pieces. And I will cover up this one here. Cutting this one shorter. And I will try to cover up here these whole piece, especially here these cuttings. So I will cut this at, my spine is 3 3/4. So this we need for the hinges. So try to get the same spot as my binding. I bet you find a better way to do this, but I want to have this one here covered up. I don't like this. before I glue in my pages, I will here glue down my design paper, because now this one lays nicely flat. This is the front, and I have this papers here. I will use this for the front cover. And like I said, I have no clue what we will do in here. Yeah, I hope we will get a nice decoration. So I will cut this at a little bit less than 8 3/4, so at 8 5/8, I guess, about. So and I will cut right away my back piece in the same size. And for this I have here these flowers, and I want to have these part on the top. So I will turn this, but I don't cut off my flowers. So, okay, now we can start to glue in all of our pages. Starting with the inside, front and back. This is the front and this is the back. So this matches perfectly. Thank God. I have no papers left. I have a problem with my front cover. I will show you this later. But I have to deal with this and have to see how I can cover this up, or to yeah, let this not to be too much that you pay attention of this. Don't know how to call this better. I like this binding. I found this binding very easy, especially to put in all of my pages. And they are straight. And I love this when my pages are straight. So let me put here some art glitter glue under. So this one has to dry. Here a little bit more. Okay, the inserts. I have here 3 already done, and one I will explain what I have done. This is a piece of paper that measures 9 inch by 10 inch, and on the 10 inch side I scored at 8 1/4, made a score line. Then I have rounded all my corners, putting here some design paper on, here also, and then I placed here these brads inside, these decorative brads, putting here a strip of double-sided tape, and then fold this over, and you have here these tag where you can put your pictures here under. So you have enough space for some big pictures and smaller ones. So these are my 4 inserts. And they go inside of my pockets in that opening from the top. So there is more space for pictures. And why do you not fitting? No. Okay. The last one. And number 4. So, and here is my problem from my front cover. This one is not a straight cut, and I haven't seen this, but I have no papers left. I have to use this, no chance, otherwise I have to buy a new pack of paper only for 1 sheet, and I don't do this. So we have to do here a decoration. Still don't know which one. The only thing I know is that we will have here these, maybe I can do this on here. I have here from one of the sheets the places we go, and I layered this on some Bradrick and black cardstock. And this goes somewhere here, maybe here, I don't know. And now we have to do here a decoration on. I think I will use some cutouts. So I will stop for now. I don't do some more flowers or some of these embellishments on. Maybe, no. I let this like this is. The only thing I have to do is here, I will make here a nice dangle, but I will do this off camera. And then I am finished and we will see us into the walkthrough. Bye bye.